My name is Stacy Shea, and I'm the Vice President of Institutional Advancement. I'm thrilled to be with you tonight to officially kick off your reunion celebration. Of course, we all wish that we were together in person, but if 2020 has taught me anything, flexibility is key. So thank you all so much for joining us. Before we officially begin tonight's program, I have a few housekeeping notes. So please note today's event is being recorded. You are welcome. You're welcome to remain unmuted during the program, but we do ask that everyone just be mindful of your background noise. So if you do have a dog barking incessantly, maybe go on mute. We can all hear Kathe. Also, if you have any questions throughout the evening, please submit them via the chat feature at the bottom of your screen to Molly Zuccarini. And with that, I'd like to take a moment to introduce you to the institutional advancement team members here with us this evening. So ladies, if you want to just give a wave as I introduce you. We have Jayanthi Srinath, who's our Executive Director of Advancement Services. We have Susan Kennedy, class of 81, also reunioning, our Director of Internships and Career Development. We have Molly Zuccarini, our Director of Alumni Relations. And we also have Julie Flanagan Dowd, class of 94, who is our Annual Fund Leadership Giving Officer. So while the main focus of tonight's event is obviously the comedic talent of our very own Kathe Farris, I did want to provide a Reunion 2021 update. Given the uncertainty related to the pandemic, Regis has not yet set a date for any in-person reunion events this spring. But after the new year, we will reassess based on current public health guidelines with the hopes of offering an in-person event in late spring or most likely early summer. So we will certainly be in touch with reunion classes as soon as possible as circumstances change and as plans are made. So please be sure to keep an eye on your email and also check our website frequently. We will definitely be posting updates there as well. But as always, we are committed to offering fun and engaging virtual reunion experiences. And we'll continue to host virtual events for reunion classes throughout the year. So if you have any suggestions for programming and events, please be in touch with us and be sure to participate in the Reunion 2021 survey to help us plan. This was emailed to you back in October, but it will also be included in an email that you will receive tomorrow as well. So please fill that out for us. In addition, we hope you'll consider joining your reunion committee. Reunion volunteers are so important to our overall reunion efforts. You help to build attendance at reunion events, generate enthusiasm among your classmates, and help to fundraise during your milestone year. It's a terrific way to engage and catch up with your classmates as you support your alma mater, which is so important now more than ever. So please feel free to reach out to any of us on this call today if you're interested in joining your reunion committee. And with that, it is now my pleasure to introduce tonight's entertainment, the main event. Class of 1991 alumna Kathe Feeney Farris is a Boston-based stay-at-home mom, stand-up comedian, and snack cake enthusiast. She hit the comedy scene a little late in life, but quickly made up for it by becoming a comic in residence at the Comedy Studio and a finalist in the Boston Comedy Festival. She is a fixture on local stages all over New England, thanks to her intelligent yet accessible material. Kathe performs regularly for private and corporate events and sometimes a suburban middle school, sometimes. Known for her understated demeanor and punchline-heavy writing, her act impresses audiences across the country. Kathe's weekly show, Farris and Friends Comedy Hour, is a Boston Globe's Critics' Choice. So please welcome to our Zoom stage, our very own Kathe Farris.
Thank you. Thank you. This is exciting. I don't know about the rest of you, but this was what I was looking forward to. First of all, I just want to welcome all of you, and I'm so excited to see all of you. And anybody, is this your first reunion, or any of you that young? This is your first reunion? No. What about 25th? Anybody's 25th here? Great. I feel like I'm really connecting with everybody now. This is excellent. What about 50th? Anybody from 50th? All right. All right. Well.
40.
Okay. This is going exactly how I thought it would go. Okay. just so you know, I've been doing Zoom shows now for 8 months, and now I know what a mime feels like. So I am completely used to this, and this actually is a good indication. This is going real well, going real well. Anyway, I'm Kathe Farris. Thanks so much for having me. Thanks so much for coming. I know this isn't how any of us plan to do this, but we're here. Let's do this. I just want to remind you that we are being recorded, so anything you say will be held against you. It will be on the website. We're going to just exploit it, and we may even print it for the pamphlet. I don't know. Whatever we can do to engage people, we're going to do that, okay? When I started planning this, I thought about, well, I was suggested to do some kind of signature drink, and I thought, I could do one better, okay? I don't know if it's just the week that we've been through, or this weather that we've been having, or all of the Great British Bake Off I've been watching, but I felt inspired to just kind of create something of my own. So mine is an equal parts signature drink, which to me would be any of your favorite drinks. Mine is a Chardonnay that goes down, that doesn't sting, and costs less than $8. And then you take seasonal depression snack would be. As I said in my bio, I am a snack cake enthusiast, so that's what it would be. But it has to be something absorbent, okay? We're talking like a dehydrated Danish. My go-to is a Twinkie or a Devil Dog. I mean, a Devil Dog is as dry as you can get. Okay, I would not have that without a drink anyway. But what you do is you put them together and you soak it up, right? You soak it up. Okay. And what the great thing about this is that this sucker is portable. You can take this anywhere, except Rite Aid. You can't take it to Rite Aid. I mean, apparently it's okay to go into a Rite Aid with a German Shepherd service dog and just peruse the wide variety of probiotics they have. But you can't go in with a leaky Swiss roll and just look at the compression socks. Not allowed. I don't make the rules. Can't go to McDonald's with it either. McDonald's, no. But you know what? I don't like McDonald's anyway. I never cared for their fries or the elderly gangs that hang out there. I mean, I miss a lot of things about this pandemic, but the one thing I don't miss is that, right? I mean, have you ever mistakenly just gone in there between breakfast and lunch? You know, that 7 minutes where all they serve is McFlurries and disdain, right? You get that gang over there. What is it? I'm not, some of you agree with me, right? They're there, right, right. And listen, I don't care how old you are, a gang is a gang. The same rules apply, okay? You don't mess with their money or their drugs, and you stay off their turf. Get out of here. The only difference between an elderly gang and a regular gang is that a regular gang, usually it's the alpha male who is the leader, not in an elderly gang. In an elderly gang is Lorraine. She's the only one who has a license, so she's calling the shots here. I want to thank you all for coming tonight. I know it's Thursday and we're all gearing up for Dateline in about an hour. So, you know, this cutting into the schedule, we really do appreciate that. I thought I'd try to make it a little bit more fun because I know our Regis people and we like to connect with each other. And so I thought I would test some of your trivia. I don't know, are any of you up for that? Yeah?
Sure.
Okay. Thanks, Donna. You're the only one who's been responding to me, and I appreciate that.
It's what's in my cup.
Oh, I like it. Wow, you have a lot of paraphernalia there from Regis. Okay, nobody's judging you, Donna. I think it's great. I really do. It's excellent. So you guys
Everyone needs to unmute.
What, Donna?
Oh no, people are muted, so we're not going to hear them say their answers.
You know, next year when we do this again, because this is such a success, you and me are co-chairing this thing.
I think I'm going to mute myself now.
No, Donna.
No, it's good. Okay, let's do a little trivia. Let's just mix this thing up. Molly, are you ready to do some trivia?
Yeah,
Put our trivia up for us? Okay. Oh, wow. Why aren't I a model? Now we see. This is actually, I think this would be a really good cover for anger management. Honestly, I don't know about you guys, but this pandemic has been tough. Honestly, there are some good days where I feel like I'm bonding with people and I'm bonding with my family, and my whole family's moved back in, and it's just been really great. And then there are days that I'm up at 2 a.m. looking at real estate, okay, and really thinking about my own choices. Okay, let's do some trivia. What's our first question here? Okay, does anyone know what year Mother Teresa received her honorary degree from Regis?
I know this.
What is it?
1976, my year.
All right.
Very good.
Right. Nice job, Marianne.
Nice, nice.
Great job.
Okay, let's go for another one here. When was the Spellman Museum of Stamps and Postal History built?
1964.
Is that right?
It's close.
65,
63?
66?
62.
Okay.
You tried, and that's all that counts. By a show of hands, who has ever gone to the Postal Stamp Museum?
God.
I have. It's excellent. But it took me like 15 years. It was always on my bucket list. And then one day I just pulled over and I went. It was fascinating.
It is.
Okay, here's our last one. What was the 6 majors offered at Regis when it was?
God.
I know this is a tough one.
Ah.
You can just shout some of them out if anybody.
Probably home economics, right? Home economics.
Home economics.
Yeah.
Chemistry.
Education,
English and
English,
yeah.
Biology, marriage,
biology,
Math.
religion.
No,
Okay.
that wasn't major.
All right, we ready to see it?
Probably history.
Okay, here's what we got. I think
art.
we said most of them, except for German. I don't think we said German.
Or French. I don't think anyone said French either.
political
Wow.
science.
Yes.
Wow.
Right.
What happened to biology?
Classics.
It wasn't an original one, Ellen. I don't know when biology came in.
Wow.
That's crazy. That is wild. Wow.
That is
Was
wild.
that what the young ladies needed, all that language and whatever?
I think so.
Classics.
Interesting.
Think so.
No,
Yeah.
no wonder my mother majored in history.
Okay, I think we're done with our trivia. You guys did great on this. You really, this was excellent. This was excellent. And I didn't know we'd get that much participation, so that's great. I will say that I've done a lot of Zoom shows, and this has been my favorite one so far because nobody looks like, or they just like have their thing off. You know, they have their screen, and it looks like the screen's just looking at me, and I'm feeling we're connecting. Me and the iPad are connecting. This is going great. Anybody bring any archives for their Regis archive?
Ooh, I got one.
What do you got? What do you got? Donna has her pendant and her.
This was, can you guys see this?
Not yet.
What is it? Is
It
it
looks like a tower.
It's the Regis Tower,
Is it?
and it plays the alma mater.
No way.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
gosh.
Although I don't think it made it for its last trip from COVID, but it was actually my mother's.
You're kidding.
wow.
Wow. That's
Wow.
cool.
Oh, wait.
Wow.
All right, listen. Can you guys hear that?
No.
A little bit. Really.
So is it High on the Hilltop or
Yep.
I'm a Regis Girl, So Pity Me? Which one
No,
is
high on the hilltop.
Oh, I was thinking it was girls, girls, girls. Hey.
That's so
Okay,
cool.
that's pretty good.
Yes, it is.
That's very good. Hi, Laura. What do you got?
I have, and I can't believe I still have these. I have a bin of like so many things. I have every one of my rhetoric papers with Sister Chikazi's class.
Oh my God,
Oh,
really?
wow.
Yep. And our baccalaureate. I couldn't find them, but they're packed away. I have all of our like party t-shirts from Caribbean,
I have my yearbook.
Toga.
Oh.
Okay, now I'm feeling downright bad.
Don't feel bad, Susan. Nobody has that tower but you.
Oh, the folders.
And thank you, Laura. I actually want to give a shout out to Laura. Laura actually helped me prep for this. So thank you, Laura, my roommate from Regis. Anybody, anything else you got?
I have in my next room, I have a copy of the student newspaper, the Educatin.
You
I don't know if anyone
Where? What's
remembers that.
Yep.
I was the co-editor of the Educatin.
What year was that, Marianne? What year was that?
76.
76.
Wow.
All right.
74 through 76, yeah.
Oh, all right. Nice. Joanne, what were you showing us?
So I have a ton of pictures from Regis. My graduation from Regis with Sister Therese presenting me with the diploma, my diploma.
Oh, wow.
And the program.
Oh, wow.
I have a lot of stuff.
Oh, that's neat.
You know what, Joanne? My dad kept the program from every one of my siblings' college, and he actually had my mother's program when she graduated from Regis.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
And the alma mater is on the back. And it's not the one that I can recite. It's the other normal one.
Me and I am a Regis girl, so pity me.
Oh, that's the only one I know.
Me and a guy in this damn nunnery.
Does anyone remember that song?
Yes.
Every night.
Word for word. Yep.
Okay, so Kathe, I have another picture. This is Donna. Donna and I were roommates. This is a really nice picture of Donna.
What the heck?
Donna hasn't even aged.
No,
Donna.
she hasn't. She has not.
I think it was Tower Tavern, and she was picking up the empty beer bottles on the table.
You guys see the three men that were over there.
I can't see it.
She was being a waitress.
Oh, nice.
Joanne, send me a picture of that on my phone so I can see it.
My son is selling his house and he discovered something that was, I have no idea why he ended up with it, but this is what he found.
Oh my God.
What is it?
Her cap.
The cap.
Oh,
And do you remember all these wonderful, for the older people here, these lovely collars?
Yes. Yes. We had the red thing around it.
Yes, and I
He had something like that, 91 did, right?
Yeah, chassis collar.
Yeah.
Well,
Who remembers the daisy chain?
Here's my silly
Yes,
little.
we had that, yeah.
oh my God.
Oh, that cap's in good condition, Beth.
I know. Well, it's been in a box for 55 years, so it's.
Okay, so now,
I think my head was a little smaller then. It's a little smaller.
It's nice. It's nice. Patty Ann, what were you showing us? You had something going up there? Patty Ann and Kat, what do you got? It's not a girls' school without men. It's a women's school without boys. I love it.
And then there's another wait, because Kat's parents gave a lot of money to Regis. And I have one too from Kat's parents.
Yeah.
there's Joanne. Joanne, I'm going to kill you. Just send me the picture.
I will say that when I was putting this together, they were asking me like, oh, so like when you went to Regis, like, oh, why did you go to Regis? And that's a long story, but I will tell you that it was an easy transition for me because I have 5 sisters. And, you know, a lot of times, anytime I tell people I have 5 sisters, they always say the same thing, like, oh, 6 girls, no boys, huh? Like I counted wrong. I forgot about Kevin. Yeah, like 6 girls. My mom was trying for a boy, and my dad was trying to start a Dunkin' Donuts. That's, but I understand it. Like, it's like having a lot of girls. 6 girls is weird, right? I mean, anytime we would be out together, it just looked like we just were some kind of protest that couldn't get our shit together. You know, like some kind of like women's march that ill attended. You know. What I'm trying to say is that I was trying to put in a bit there because you guys are being funnier than me, and now I was getting what is that picture? Jeez, I was getting distracted by all this. Anyway, this is going great. What I will say is that I did come from a big family, so being around girls was just really easy for me. I've been very lucky. I feel like I was just kind of born into like feminism, but my feminism was like I never saw a difference. I always felt like women were capable of doing whatever they needed to do. And, you know, my parents they were very much about tough love, because when you have that many kids, you have to have tough love. Like when I was 11, I was kicked out of the Girl Scouts of America because my troop leader hated me. My parents would always say, Kathleen, Mrs. Sullivan didn't hate you. Mrs. Sullivan was going through an ugly divorce, and you reminded her of Mr. Sullivan. I mean, they were right. Honestly, that guy had legs for days. I didn't really care because I wanted to quit anyway. But my parents would never allow me to quit. And I raised my kids that way. We don't quit. We just leave early and then never show up again. I do want to give a shout out to the class of 66. Anyone here from the class of 66? All right.
Oh, God. Betsy and myself. I don't know if anybody else there besides the two of us.
I don't think so, no.
I think that's it.
Okay.
Well, you guys deserve a big shout out because you have raised $1 million.
Yay!
Wow. Wow.
I know, and that's a lot, and we appreciate that, and we want to give you kudos for that. The rest of us, let's not feel bad. I mean, the thing is that there's lots of ways to give back to Regis, and you just gotta go and like you just went dug into your archives. I don't know, maybe some of Sister DeCasey's papers of Laura's might have some value. You don't know. But here's the thing: when you go digging through your stuff to say like, "Hey, how can I give back?" Go on the website because they literally have a list of things that they're not going to take anymore. And that's sad that they had to make a list for people of things they're not going to take anymore, okay? Like your kids' pottery, not going to take it, all right? A copy of your final, we're not interested. We love you, great, but we're not interested. What is interesting about this archive, I don't know if you've ever looked at it, but it's super impressive. They have some amazing things dating back to like 1935, where they had gifted all of this guy. First of all, I have dyslexia and ADD and all this stuff. So when I get information, I cram it into my head like this. This guy, like from the 1800s, he became a saint. And then this other guy from the 1930s got all of his stuff and he collected it and then he gave it to Regis. And it's super interesting. So go check it out. That's what it's happening. So I don't know if any of you are into like museums or if you need a host for something, but remember me on that, okay? My point being is that you don't have to give, I think it's great, $1 million. Yeah, they're going to take that. But just, you know, look around to see like, what else can I give? For me, it's like, you know what? I have this, I can give my time, I can give my talent, I can give, you know, my passion and my connection with Regis. Because I will say that before I went to Regis, I didn't know what I was capable of doing. And I found myself there in a little black box theater. And I will always be grateful for that. And I found some amazing people like yourselves there, and I will always be grateful for that. And I just love that we have this connection. And now I want to be friends with Beth and Donna and Elizabeth and Joanne, all these wonderful people who have all these great artifacts. Like, let's start making more connections like this. Good news is that we will be doing this reunion at some time. Bad news is it sounds like it's during bikini season. So you guys, I'm Kathe Farris. I thank you so much for letting me host this. And now I'm going to bring it back to Stacy Shea. Thank you guys so much for coming.
Thank you. That was great. Thank you.
That was great. Thank you so much, Kathe.
You're welcome.
And thank you all again so much for being here. So that sort of concludes the program, but we are going to do breakout rooms. If you're interested in staying on and chatting a little bit more with your classmates, you can just hang around for a few more minutes. It does take a few minutes to assign people to breakout rooms, but if you're interested in chatting for a little bit longer, just feel free to stay on the call. But we hope you enjoyed tonight's event, and we certainly look forward to seeing you at our next Reunion 2021 virtual event. And I hope everyone stays well, and we hope to see you soon. So thank you again, and have a great night. Thank you again, Kathe.
Thank you.
Stacy.
Nice job.
Stacy.
Nice job. Yeah.